Hey, good evening to you, and welcome here to the campus of Montana Tech as we are in the Valley Bank Arena. Montana Tech getting ready to take on Dickinson State, a Frontier Conference volleyball matchup, as the Digs and the Blue Hawks throwing down as conference opponents for the first time since, like 2012? Is that the last time, somewhere in that vicinity? But Montana Tech getting ready to take off against Dickinson here. Let's take a look here real quickly as we get hustled down here and get things set up. Our team matchup, if I can get my handy-dandy machine to work, and it doesn't want to work. So I guess we'll worry about it at a later date. Oh, I'm telling you, it's been a day. Let's take a look at the Frontier Conference standings, then we'll talk about Dickinson, then we'll move our attention to Montana Tech. The Frontier Conference standings look like this. The University of Providence is on top of the pile. They're 5-0 in Frontier Conference play, 12-1 overall. Montana Tech is 4-0 in conference play. They're 8-2 overall. Western is now 4-1 with a win over Dickinson last night. Western is 6-6 overall. Bellevue 3-1 in conference, 7-2 overall. And Dickinson State comes in 3-1, 7-2 overall. Again, they were in Dillon last night. Dakota State is 3-2. Carroll is 2-2. Northern 2-2. Valley City is 1-4. Mayville 0-4. Bismarck 0-5, and Rocky Mountain College comes in 0-5. Okay. Let's see here as we take a look individually, and we'll kind of get that rolling here. For Dickinson State, as a team, they average 12.71 kills per set, and as a team, they're hitting 186. So Montana Tech on the other side is hitting about 230 as a team. Boy, they really were good going back last night and even back to Wednesday on a huge win over Western. Dickinson, 11.54 assists per set, 2.24 blocks per set, which is a big number, and we'll see how that one works out here as the night goes. So the first serve of the night is underway, and we're rolling. Montana Tech will set to the outside. Kennedy Wilmore will take the swing, and luckily Taylor Fisher, the defensive specialist, got a hand on it, so Montana Tech will get the first point here this evening. So Montana Tech's Emmy Green back to serve. Green wearing the green of the libero here this evening. And Green, strong serve. Nice set to the outside. That one's going to hit the ground and point Dickinson State. That's the one thing I have been told consistently, as that this Dickinson State team goes as their setter goes, and she is athletic. She is incredibly gifted, just a great athlete, and really gets after it. Serve is away. Reese Layton going to set it up to the middle, and there we go. Big swing as Madison Beery will take a stroke at it. Boy, I'm sorry, this is broken record-like, but Montana Tech has been so good on that short set to the middle. Whether it's Madison Beery, whether it's Abby Clark, whether it is Treadwell or others, that short set has really been effective for them this year. That one grazes the tape. Back set for Dickinson, and that's going to be a point. Big swing here on the near side as Cameron Pallone will get the kill. 2-2 our score. Expecting this one to be a good one here tonight. Dickinson State's, in my opinion, has the biggest win so far in the Frontier Conference this year, taking down Bellevue a couple weeks ago. That one's tight to the net. Nice job keeping it alive. Dickinson with a free one to the outside, off the block. They'll set it back up to that side. Over the block, but it is going to go out. Point Montana Tech. So the Digs will get ready to serve here. They were phenomenal in service yesterday. I believe 14 total aces, if memory serves correct, in a 3-set win from the 10-foot mark. And that one's going to go outside the pin. Point Montana Tech. Digs leading 4-2. Brooklyn Hayes, the sophomore out of Turnwater, Washington. That one goes toward the back line, handled nicely. Good set to the outside, off the block, handled. Montana Tech the other way to the back corner, and that one is going to sail long on Talon Dodson. Dodson, the redshirt freshman, has really had a good start to her Montana Tech career. That one floats in. Green handles it nicely. Good set to the middle. Beery throws it to the back line, and that is going to be point Montana Tech. Dickinson diving for it that time was Aubrey Allison. And Allison just unable to keep control. Tech leading 5-3 here in the first set. Serve is away. To the outside. Handled nicely. Good set to the left. Popped up. And Dickinson got into the net. So that will be point Montana Tech. The Digs leading 6-3. Good crowd on hand here on a Saturday night. The football game got over just a few moments ago, and we were doing the mad sprint across the turf. Big swing. Nice dig. Set to the outside. Dodson off the block. She'll keep it alive. They'll go the other way. Toss to the back row. Nice job keeping that one alive by Fernandez. Both teams scrambling well here in the opening minutes. Dodson off the block. No touch. 6-4, Montana Tech by 2. Back to serve is Kogelshak, junior from Hardin. And just a phenomenal player. Handled nicely. Short set, Abby Clark, kill. Again, there's that short set. You know, it's something that was in the Montana Tech, I guess you could say, their arsenal a little bit the last couple of years, but boy, it feels like they really go to it effectively this year. So Reese back to serve away. As Reese Layton hammered here on the near side. That's a big-time shot that time by Wheeler. Macy Wheeler, the sophomore from CMR High School. There is a whole lot of Montana on this Dickinson State roster. Dickinson trailing by 2. Layton tries to save that one, and it's going to get away. So an ace for the Blue Hawks. And they'll get ready for another one here. A 1-point advantage, and that one is going to sail wide. Point Montana Tech. Nice job by Emmy Green eyeballing that one out. And back to serve here for the Digs is Austin Long. Long's really had a very good sophomore season so far for the Digs. And that one's going to go into the net. So Austin Long, that one will go into the nets. And that will be Dickinson ball here as they trail by 1. Looking to tie this thing up. They float that one in to the middle. Abby Clark, kill. So Abby Clark, another kill for the graduate student. Montana Tech hitting 364 here in the early going. Dickinson at 100. And Emmy Green back to serve. 2-point advantage for the Digs. Green hammers that one. Good scramble, they'll get it over. Montana Tech with a free ball. Layton to the outside, tipped up over the block and in. Good read, good anticipation on that right side that time, and with the point and the kill is Peyton Treadwell. Tech leading 10-7. And Emmy Green ready to go here once again. Again, thanks for joining us here on a Saturday. Monster serve by Green. Absolute laser shot ace for Emmy. The lead is 4. Service game yesterday was absolutely on fire, and that seems to be the case here tonight. Emmy Green, serve into the net. There's the other side of that. Montana Tech, they play with fire. The Digs lead by 3. You'll see both of those columns usually a little bit higher than a lot of teams as far as aces and then service errors. Dug out to the outside. Kennedy Wilmore hard into the block and down. Wilmore with the kill. That is her second of the night. Tech leading 12-8. Reinertsen will check in to serve. She'll take over as setter. Ellie Reinertsen, a freshman out of Gardner. And that one will go into the net. 3-point lead here for the Digs. Reinertsen has played well this year as a freshman at setter. Reese Layton, of course, a junior, one of the team leaders. Jump serve, floats in, handled well, short set. Nice job that time by Dickinson to the outside. And Emmy just unable to keep that in the field to play. Dickinson will score a point, trailing by 2. 12-10. Digs up over the Hawks. And back to serve is Allison. Popped up. Good set to the outside. Wilmore to the back line. Kennedy Wilmore with her third kill. Great action here from Valley Bank Arena. Again, thanks for joining us on a Saturday. Tech leading 13-10. And back to serve, Brooklyn Hayes. Hayes handled, high set, into the block. Great job, Beery out there along with Sophie Madsen. And the Digs with a monster block will push the lead to 4. Dickinson has reeled it into 1 at one point. That one deep to the back line, set to the right side. Good block, but it goes out. Good swing here on the near side. Dickinson will get the side out. 3-point advantage here for the Digs. Back to serve is Pallone. Nice pass, good set, big hit, nice dig. Dickinson back the other way, swing. That one through the hands of Beery, bounces out, and point Dickinson. Nice swing that time from the far side. Dickinson trims the lead to 2. This Frontier Conference, the combining of the Frontier and the North Star is going to be so good for everybody, but boy, I feel like volleyball is where it's at. I feel like volleyball is the one that is going to just get paid in dividends. You know, you look at how good both of the conferences were before, the national appearances, the national wins. Yeah, I feel like volleyball is just going to be even more of a force. Near side, Dodson off the block and in for the kill. 15-13, Tech by 2. Real clean first set as of right now. Maybe I'll try and see if any of my graphics work again. Didn't look like it wanted to earlier. Tipped in. Big time play here on the near side by Kogelschak. So Kogelschak will get the kill. The lead is 1. First set here at Valley Bank Arena. We've got a great crowd on hand. And the serve is away. Knocked up in the air, quick set. And that one is going to go off the block, off the tape, and out of play. Kill for Abby Clark. Abby, kill number 3 here on the day. And Reese Layton is back to serve. 2-point advantage here for the Digs. And Layton will serve from the deep line. Handled nicely. Good set to the left side. Into the block. Somehow they kept that on that. Diving for it. Great hustle. Just unable to keep it in. Boy, really seeing both teams working at a high effort right now. Team's really getting after it. 3-point lead for the Digs. And that one is going to sail wide. Service error number 4 for Montana Tech here in this first set. Tech leads by 2. And back to serve is Taylor Fisher. Fisher. Serve is away. Set. Big time dig that comes all the way across. Layton to the middle. Abby Clark kept alive. Nice hustle that time by Dickinson. Back set. Swing. Going to go long. Talon Dodson just lost that one up over the top. And the Blue Hawks with a great hustle will trim the lead to 1. 17-16. They'll float that one in. Set here on the near side. Big time swing by Treadwell, and Treadwell will put it in for the kill. Montana Tech hitting 391. Dickinson State hitting 294. And we certainly see that reflected right now. Tech leading 18-16. Tech has one block. Dickinson yet to register one. Back to serve Austin Long. Long, and that's going to be an ace. Last second decision by Taylor Fisher. She originally looked like she was going to let it go and then decided to try and get hands on it, and just unable to in time. 3-point advantage here for the Digs. 19-16. Long with the serve. Set to the outside, big swing into the block, and that's going to be point Dickinson State. Nice cut. Boy, Tech had bodies there, just unable to bring that back into the field of play. 19-17, Montana Tech leading by 2. And back to serve is Cleveland. J.C. Cleveland from Butte, Montana, playing for Dickinson. Big kill, Kennedy Wilmore. Boy, when she gets going, she just swings so incredibly hard. Monster swing by Wilmore. Tech leading by 3, 20-17. Great energy here in the Hyper. Green to the back line. Scrambling. Dickinson still alive. Will it get there? It will not. Montana Tech really keeping them off balance here with the service game. And Dickinson State will call a timeout. 21-17 our score. Montana Tech leads by 4. Frontier Conference action here on a Saturday night. Coming into the weekend, Dickinson was undefeated in conference. They fell last night down to Western. And we'll see what happens here tonight. And I keep coming back to it, but in my opinion, the volleyball side of this is just going to explode. There's such good talent on both sides, you know, from the schools out of the North Star. I mean, you look at Bellevue, you look at the rest of the Dakota schools, so good. And you roll in, you know, Montana Tech, Providence, Carroll College, you know, Rocky certainly in their day. This is going to be a very significant power in the realm of volleyball, even though the two already were. I think we're just going to see exponential growth on that side of the coin, and I'm excited to watch basketball start as well. I think court sports for our expanded frontier are going to be real fun, real interesting. 4-point advantage for the Digs, matching our largest lead of the night. And Amy Green will continue to serve. She's done an exceptional job back here. She has one ace this evening. That one to the back row, handled well. Center, and that one will fall in for the points. Beery went up alone, unable to get hands on it. Dickinson trails by 3, 21-18. Back to serve Fernandez. She'll float it in. Pass set, Beery. Great dig. Able to keep it alive, forced to bump it across. Is that one awful close to the net? Tech should get a free look here. Near side, Kennedy Wilmore off the block. That is point Montana Tech. Boy, Kogelschak looked like, honestly, she was in the right spot. And just the power of that one pushed that one outside. Tech leading 22-18. And back to serve is Reinertson. Reinertson. Mishandled momentarily, but Dickinson able to get it across. Tech will back set. Big swing. That's going to fall in for Sophie Madsen. Boy, Tech really hitting at a high clip right now. Montana Tech leading 23-18. The Digs hitting .417 as a team. And back to serve, Reinertson into the net. Service error number 5. And the Digs leading 23-19. Dickinson will need to make a run here. Allison back to serve. Allison rips that one in. Long set across to Wilmore off the block. Point Montana Tech. So set point here for the Orediggers. And back to serve Brooklyn Hayes. So set point for Brooklyn Hayes on the serve. Handled well, good long set, big kill from the opposite side as Floyd hammers it. The freshman out of Powell, Wyoming with a monster kill. And the Blue Hawks need to go on a run here. Service is away, floating to the outside. Handled, big kill to end the first set. Kill goes to Talon Dodson, and the Digs will win the first 25-20. Frontier Conference volleyball action here on Digger Vision. We'll take a break, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here right after this. All right. There we go. Cables coming unplugged here. Blue Hawks leading 4-1. As the Hawks, that one across. Montana Tech swings to the outside, and with the kill, going to be Kennedy Wilmore. Sorry about that. As our audio getting yanked there for some reason. It was probably the Federal Communication Commission. Not big fans of mine through the year. Diggs back to serve. Ellie Reinertsen. Thanks, Heather. Reinertsen floats that one in. Long set across, and that one will go out of play. Good read by the Diggs defensively. Montana Tech within one. Blue Hawks leading 4-3. Got it. Hawks up 4-3. And the floater across, knocked into the air. Back set, off the block, and in for Dickinson State. So Dickinson State will get the kill on that far side. And they lead by 2. Great battle here at Valley Bank Arena. Kennedy Wilmore over the top of the block. Dickinson off the net. That one's going to float across. Point Dickinson State. The Blue Hawks getting fired up here as they go up 6-3. And ready to serve is Carmen Pallone. That one will go into the net for Dickinson. That is their second service error here of the game, their first of this set. Blue Hawks lead by 2. We haven't seen too much in the way of runs. Montana Tech had one kind of short one there in the first set to get out in front, and they just stayed there. Kept alive. Nice job getting that up. Was there a touch? No touch. Point Montana Tech. Blue Hawks by 1. Frontier Conference volleyball here on a Saturday. To the back line, tipped up. Quick reaction that time at the nets by Kogelshak. Kogelshak swings that one up over the top and gets the point. Blue Hawks by 2. Floats that one in. Green handles it. Set. Off the tape. Good dig. Back set. Into the block and out of play. Point Dickinson State. Blue Hawks leading 8-5. And ready to serve again is Kogelshak. Junior out of Hardin. Floats that one in. Montana Tech. Boy, that gets inside the block. Big time kill for Talon Dodson. That's her 4th kill. Montana Tech has been real effective so far today from pass to set to kill. Really haven't had much in the way of trouble controlling serves as of right now. Set to the middle. That one goes over, but it will go just out of play. Sophie Madsen got a hand on it. Awful close, but that one will fall out. Blue Hawks by 3. Second set. Back to serve is going to be Bettis. Sophomore from Shepherd, Montana. As I mentioned earlier, Dickinson with a whole lot of Montana players. Middle set, Abby Clark gets a hand on it. Not much behind it. Dickinson with a good one here. Off the block, and the kill will go for Dickinson State. Kill to Allison. Blue Hawks by 4, their biggest lead here of the day. Hopped up, and nice reaction that time on the inside as Osi goes up, hammers that one down. As that one floating in towards the net. Osi sees it well, gets a good piece of it. 5-point lead. Dug out, bump set, back. Dodson's able to get a little bit on it. Nice set here on the near side, up over the top. Kept alive, but out of play. Blue Hawks leading 12-6. And we will get a timeout. Montana Tech will call a timeout. Coach Brian Solomon will call a timeout and chat things over. Blue Hawks leading 12-6. Blue Hawks hitting .636 here in the second set. That's solid. They have 9 kills on 11 swings. .636 hitting percentage as of right now for Dickinson State. Montana Tech hitting .222 here in this second set. Individual leaders for Dickinson State. Floy has 5 kills right now on 14 swings. Also there we have, looks like Pallone with 4 kills, Allison with 3. Montana Tech right now led by Kennedy Wilmore. She has 7 kills on the night. Dodson with 4. It looks like Treadwell and Clark each with 3. So after the timeout, teams will come out on the floor. Blue Hawks leading 12-6. They really grabbed the early momentum and have not given it up. Service, Bettis. She'll float that one into the back row. Handled nicely, quick set. Big swing, trying to get there, and that is going to be point Dickinson State. On the big dig that shot all the way to the back line as Egan gets the hands under that one. And the Blue Hawks leading 13-6. Long serve to the back corner, and that's going to be an ace. So the ace will go to Bettis. And the Blue Hawks leading 14-6. All Blue Hawks here in this second set. Bettis gets that one in, long set. Popped up in the air. And big time kill, tried to get under that one was Reinertson. And that will be point Blue Hawks. Boy, nice swing again. Dickinson really hitting hard and hitting well here in this second set. That one will float, and it will hit the back line. Bettis with another ace. Dickinson just on fire here in this second set. Talked about the pass set motion in that first set. Boy, they really have stepped things up here. Off the block and in. Kill for Madsen. Montana Tech needed that. As Dickinson with the first real run here in this match. Hawks leading 16-7. And back to serve is Reese Layton. Layton got one across the net. Tech will get a free look in the middle. And it will sail long. Nice swing by Abby Clark. That one just out of play. Hawks by 10. So the Hawks leading 17-7. Back to serve is Cleveland. J.C. Cleveland, graduate of Butte High School. Bump set across. Should be an easy one here for Dickinson State. They'll set, big swing into the block. Good block that time by the Digs from the 10-foot mark. Now Tech with an opportunity in the middle. Abby Clark with a big swing and the kill. Tech needing some momentum here. 17-8. Blue Hawks up over the Digs. Montana Tech won the first set 25-20. And back to serve here is Austin Long. Jump serve, rifles it in. Again, across the net, Montana Tech with a free ball. Bump set, Kennedy Wilmore. Dickinson handles it nicely. Short set in the middle, kept alive. They'll hit it across, Emmy Green. Now to Kennedy Wilmore, into the block. Great job by Green to keep it alive. Layton will push it all the way to the back row. Back set. Long. Great read in the back row. Austin Long turned immediately, saw that going long. Point Montana Tech. The Digs need to claw back here, trailing 17-9. That one's real close to the nets. Point Montana Tech. Kogelschak tried to keep that on the Blue Hawks side. And Long with the serve here. Austin Long knocked in the air. Tech will get a free one. Set out to Wilmore. She hits hyperspace with it. And the Digs trim the lead to 6. Kennedy Wilmore, kill number 8 for her. As Wilmore just pounds it. And Austin Long continues to serve, and that one's going to go into the nets. Service error number 6 for Montana Tech today. The Hawks leading 18-11. Fernandez. Hawks came out on fire. We'll see if they can pull back some of that momentum. It feels like Tech grabbed a little bit. Wilmore. Handled nicely. Dickinson into the block. Big swing that time. And that will fall in. Montana Tech, all their momentum was moving toward the nets, and that one just gets up over the top to the back line. Point for the Blue Hawks. Fernandez. Handled by Emmy Green. Tipped up in the air. Wilmore. Not much on it. Dickinson sets to the middle. Great wall set up in front. Tipped down and in by Kogelshak. Kogelshak. Honestly, that's probably lingering in her mind. She's probably thinking that's what she should have done the last time when it was really tight to the net instead of keeping it on her side. So she, this time around, pounds it home and gets the kill. Blue Hawks 20-11. Kennedy Wilmore. Tipped up. Dickinson about 6 feet out into the block. Dickinson keeps it alive. They'll reset here on the near side. Wilmore. Dug out. Goes out. Point Blue Hawks. Fernandez. Boy, it felt like Tech had some momentum there, but here we look. Dickinson State back up by 10 in the second set. Fernandez, serve is away. Layton outside, and that one into the block. Piper Jetty hits it right into that front wall as both Kogelshak and Pallone there for Dickinson State. And Dickinson State in control here in this second set. They scored the first point and have not looked back. 22-11. Floater across. Layton, Abby, and Abby Clark hammers it home. Needed that one, so Clark will get kill number 5. Blue Hawks leading 22-12. And Emmy Green rather, with the serve. Set to the middle. Real tight to the net, hits the tape, bounces up and across. Free one here for Dickinson State. Near side, big swing. It won't go over. Tech looks to return the favor. Up from there, slide across the other way, and that's going to find the floor. Good set on that slide. As with the right hand, Pallone puts it down. Pallone, a sophomore out of Hardin. And the Blue Hawks lead 23-12. Dominant second set here for Dickinson State as they lead 23-12. Frontier Conference Volleyball here on a Saturday night. Right now, Dickinson State hitting .354 here for the game. They're hitting .385 here in this set. They have 13 kills on 26 swings with 3 aces and 2 blocks. They're led individually. Pallone and Floy each have 5 kills. You have Kogelshak with 4 kills and Allison with 3 for Dickinson State. On the other side for Montana Tech, the Digs are hitting .115 here in this second set. They're hitting .309 for the match. In this set, the Digs have 7 kills on 26 attacks. No aces, no blocks here in this second set. They're led by Kennedy Wilmore with 8 kills. You have Dodson with 4. Abby Clark has 5 in the middle. Treadwell with 3. So the Blue Hawks looking to close out set number 2 and tie us up at 1 apiece. Handling the serving duties here is going to be Allison. Floats that one in. Back set. Big hit. Nice dig. Into the block. That's tight on the net. Onto the Montana Tech side, and it will find the ground. Kogelschak doing a really nice job up front along with Pallone. And Dickinson will get the point. Looking at set point here. Serve. Back set. Off the block point, Montana Tech. So Treadwell gets the points. And now the Digs just need to hammer the pedal to the floor. Dickinson State leading 24-13. Frontier Conference action here from Valley Bank Arena in Butte, Montana. Serve is across. Long set up over the top. Hammy Green, bump set. Nice set here on the near side. Into the block point and set for Dickinson State. So the Blue Hawks will win the second set 25-13. And that will tie us up at 1 set apiece. Orediggers volleyball here on Digger Vision. We'll take a break. We're back here right after this.
In 2023, East Middle School became the very first school in Montana to earn the prestigious National Banner Unified Champion School designation, and was even named to the ESPN Honor Roll for its commitment to inclusion. With growing unified sports programs in basketball and track, East Middle School fosters friendship, leadership, and teamwork for all students. Just this spring, West Elementary School made history as the first elementary school in Montana to achieve this same honor. West Elementary unveiled its banner in May of 2025, showing the state what a welcoming, inclusive school community truly looks like. Unified Champion Schools are recognized nationwide by Special Olympics for meeting the highest standards of social inclusion, youth leadership, and whole school engagement. These schools prove that sports and school are better when everyone belongs.
1, 2, 3.
Top Gun Charlie, presented by Valley Bank, as everybody tossing their paper airplanes from all around the joint. The closest to the target will win a handsome prize package from Valley Bank. Oh, somebody tried the balled up piece of paper, and that's just not going to fly. Top Gun Charlie. As they count it off, anybody going to beat inside that center circle? No. So we have ourselves a winner here. As Top Gun Charlie. So we go to the third set, tied up 1 apiece. Montana Tech won the first 25-20. Dickinson State's really controlled the second. And we'll see what happens here in the third. So far in the match, Dickinson hitting 365, Montana Tech hitting 310. Let's take a look at the error numbers. Both teams have 7. As Dickinson had 4 errors in the first, 3 in the second as I get the hiccups. And those numbers just mirrored for Montana Tech. They had 3 in the first, 4 in the second. Individually, Floyd with 6 kills, Pallone with 5 for Dickinson States. Kennedy Wilmore has 8 for Montana Tech. Abby Clark in the middle with 5. So the players getting ready to come back out on the floor here as they'll get paper airplanes cleared out. And we are ready to roll here for set 3. Thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision for a great day of activity. Montana Tech football in action earlier, getting a big win over Rocky Mountain College, moving the football team to 3-0 in conference, and 3-0 overall, I should say. And we wrap up our day of broadcasts here inside Valley Bank Arena. As we'll check the starters, Sammy Green will come in. Sammy Green, a senior out of Boise. I thought was a huge part and has been a huge part of this team. You know, last year, I think a little bit quieter. This year, it feels like she has really stepped up in kind of a leadership role. It feels like a lot more vocal, which I think, honestly, is something that might be kind of hard for her on the floor. And I'm telling you, she does an excellent job at it. But, yeah, she really feels like she has stepped into a leadership role this year. And Tech is better because of it. Abby Clark tried to tip it in on the inside. Nice set across. Gets it over the block. Montana Tech will get a look. Kennedy Wilmore, deep. Dickinson, nice pass, good set. Into the block, point Montana Tech. Wilmore, and also there is Abby Clark. So the digs with the block and the point. Montana Tech will start on the board out in front. Tech scored first in the first set, won the set. Dickinson scored first in the second set, and the Blue Hawks won the second set. So we'll see if that holds true here in the third. Green rifles it across. Short set off the block by Beery, and a kill for the Blue Hawks as Pallone gets the kill. That's her sixth kill here of the evening. Great day of Frontier Conference activity. Back to serve is Hayes. So Hayes floats that one across. Big swing and a kill on the other side by Treadwell. Peyton Treadwell, kill number 5 for her. She's hitting .444 on the day. She'll check out. Layton checks out as well. Ellie Reinertson checks into the ball game, as does Austin Long, I do believe. Deep set, cross court, off the fingertips. That's point Dickinson State. 2-2 our score. Great action here from the Hyper. We have no home games next week. Volleyball back on the road. Football on the road as well. From the 10-foot mark, Kennedy Wilmore. She's going to get the kill from deep back. Off the touch, so the digs will go up by 1. We've seen one nice run, that coming by Dickinson State last set. Montana Tech had kind of a short run in the first, but otherwise been really well played. On the tape, that's tipped over, point Montana Tech. Serve across, bump set. And they're forced to just bump it across. Montana Tech with a free look in the middle. Madison Beery gets the kill. I'm not sure that's not a well they need to go back to more often, honestly. She had a couple quick kills right out of the gate to start the match. And she has been quiet in the middle for a little bit. Rifle shot, and that's going to go long. Good read that time by the back line. So Dickinson State's will get served back here on the side out. Pallone into the net. That is service error number 3 on the day for Dickinson State. And back to serve for Montana Tech, Malia Harris. Young lady from down to Anaconda. Up tight on the net. Nice job by Clark, kept alive. Middle set, Clark into the block. Great anticipation up front by the Blue Hawks. As again, their middle's doing a really nice job. And with the block that time on the inside is OC. Diggs leading 6-4. Blue Hawks with the serve. Good pass, nice set. Dickinson should get a good look here. Just inside the 10-foot line. Hopped up, off balance. Trying to make something happen here. Nice bump from the back line. Big hit, Dodson into the block point, Montana Tech. This is fun. Both these teams really well coached. You know, you can just see it in their movements, their composure. Really two equal good teams here. Tech leading 7-4. Layton to the back line. Nice set into the double block, and it finds the floor. Big swing that time by Albrecht. Tech leading 7-5. Albrecht. Memories, well, yeah, off the block. I was going to say, I know we've got Willa Albrecht at Carroll College playing basketball. And I believe sisters, if memory serves correct. But I'm probably wrong. 3-point advantage here for the Digs. Serve. Rolls in, bump set to the outside. Into the block, no one sees it, hits the ground point, Dickinson State. Tech in good position that time. And that one will hit the tarmac. Montana Tech leading by 2 as Cleveland back to serve. J.C. Cleveland floats that one in. Nice pass, good set, great dig. And that's going to be point Montana Tech. Trying to make a move on that was Bettis. And the Digs go up by 3. Emmy Green back to serve here for the Digs. So Green floats that one in. Nice set, trying to get under it that time was long, just couldn't get the hands up fast enough. And the Blue Hawks will get the kill and the side out. Tech leading 9-7 here in the third set. Tied up 1 apiece. Geraldine Fernandez, the junior out of Utah, back to serve. Floats that one in, handled nicely. Short set to the outside. Little collision, and that goes across. Montana Tech. Layton tried to get the quick hit across. Into the block. Good adjustment. Deep, hits the line. And that will be point Dickinson State. Chance to tie us up here at 9. As Fernandez ready to serve. Austin Long barely gets under it. Free one here for Dickinson State on the slide. Tipped up. Nice set. Wilmore gets some heat on it. Dickinson able to maintain. Into the net. Just tried to shape that too much as Allison comes up a little bit short on the hit. Montana Tech back up by 2. Ellie Reinertson back to serve. Reinertson. Tech by 2. The freshman floats that one in. Nice set. Big hit. Great dig. Reinertson out. Kennedy Wilmore. No touch. Point Dickinson State. So the Blue Hawks back to serve as Allison with the honor. Allison. Serve comes in nicely. Off balance. Boy, big swing that time by Wilmore. Defended well. Dickinson. Just throw it across. That one's tight to the net. Set up. Beery. To the middle. Big cut right in the center. And getting the kill is going to be Pallone. Pallone with 7 kills on the day. She's hitting .500. Dickinson as a team hitting .211 this set. Montana Tech at .222. Little chess match out here in the third, and that one's going to sail way long. Tech will go back up by 1. 11-10, Digs up over the Blue Hawks. And back to serve Brooklyn Hayes. Hayes. Long set across the net. And that's going to sail out. No touch. Point Montana Tech. Diggs leading 12-10. Again, this is just a really good match between two well-coached teams. Nice set. And that one's going to sail long. Diggs leading by 3. Brooklyn Hayes will step back to serve. Hayes, the sophomore out of Washington. Hits the tape, falls in for the kill. Just how you drew it up. That is ace number 3 on the day for the Orediggers. And a 4-point advantage here for Montana Tech. The Digs up 14-10. Frontier Conference volleyball here on a Saturday. As always, thanks for joining us as we make our way through it. Montana Tech on the road next week, both volleyball and football. No home matches. We've had we've had a busy week, but it's been a great week. We've had volleyball Wednesday, last night, and tonight. Football earlier today. And it's been a pretty wonderful week here on campus. We had the unveiling of our new hyper-modernization plan. Hopefully we'll be able to show you some of the highlights of that bad boy here as the night goes. A lot of big improvements coming to this building over the next handful of years, including an auxiliary gym and new locker rooms. Obviously a big facelift here in the gym. We've already got the new padding up. Have new visuals on their way. Float that one in. Back set. Big swing. Nice dig that time. Pallone with a big cut. Dodson. Dickinson will get a good look. Off the block. Out. Did it touch? No. So point Montana Tech. Nice swing by Floyd out on that far side. And the Digs lead by 5. Their first run since the first set. Nice set, off the block, tipped into the air. Green, back set. Dickinson, good ball movement, and Amy Green got a hand on it. That one's going to hit the ground. Point Dickinson States. Diggs leading 15-11. Dickinson on the serve, hits the tape, and the service error will go to Montana Tech. Third set, knotted up, 1 apiece. These two teams will play in Dickinson later in the year. Nice middle set. Huge hit that time in the middle. And the Blue Hawks trim the lead to 4. Big time cut in the center that time by Oace. And Dickinson will look to reel him in a little bit. Nice pass and set. Big time swing by Dodson. Talon Dodson with another one. That is kill number 6 on the day for Dodson. Montana Tech leading by 5. Five-point advantage for the Digs. Set. Big swing. Nice dig that time. Near side. Dodson just pounds it again. Talon Dodson rolling. Montana Tech hitting 250 here in this set. The Digs lead by 6. And their first significant run of the day. Layton with the serve. Set to the middle. And the Layton just couldn't get the hands on the interior on that. 5-point advantage for the Digs. Dickinson States will get ready to serve here as Bettis will take over the duties. Up tight to the net. Nice set to the back line, and that is going to go long. Boy, great swing that time by Treadwell. Boy, that couldn't have missed by much. Serve off the tape. Nice job keeping it alive. Middle set with the left hand going up and putting it down is Kennedy Oman. So Oman, the junior, will get the kill. Montana Tech again leads by 5. Boy, just when it feels like Dickinson is going to grab some momentum here in this third set, Tech is able to shut him down. Serve across nicely. Big swing. Kept alive after going into the block. The other way into the block. Dodson there. Kennedy is there as well. Wilmore and Dodson with the block here on the left side. And the lead is out to 6. Montana Tech, a ton of momentum and really going hard at the net. Tech up 20-14. The Digs hitting .250 here in this third set. On the other side, Dickinson State hitting .100 in this third set. Far cry from their .400 in the second set. The other kind of big number, if you will, this set, Montana Tech has 2 total blocks. Dickinson with 1 as of right now. 6-point advantage for the Digs. Frontier Conference Volleyball here on Digger Vision. Thanks for joining us here on a Saturday. As the team's chatting it over here. Boy, we've had, the matches, I shouldn't say they've all been. The first set was close. It was back and forth, but that said, Montana Tech never gave up the lead. They scored the first point and finished winning that first set, but, at times Dickinson pulled within 1. Dickinson ran away with the second set. And here in the third, just the idea we really haven't seen a game that fluctuates between 1 and 2 points yet and just kind of holds there. Even though the way both these teams are playing, you feel like that's the kind of game we'd have, is both great athletic teams, well coached. Good volleyball here from Valley Bank Arena. Back set. That one goes up into the rafters. Point Dickinson State's. 5-point advantage for the Digs. And the Blue Hawks looking to gain some ground here. Back to serve, J.C. Cleveland. Cleveland. That one comes up over the top. Green keeps it alive. A great dig. Near side, Kennedy Wilmore tried to tip it across. Bump set, 12 feet out. Across the net. Montana Tech, an easy one in the middle. That one does not find the floor. Swing off the block. Emmy Green keeps it alive. Wilmore tried to get a little too fancy on that and get it down the net. And that point goes to Dickinson State. So Cleveland back to serve one more time here for Dickinson State. Near side, Kennedy Wilmore hammers it. Dug out. Over the block. Good pass, nice set, great kill. As Treadwell hammers it home. Treadwell, kill number 6. Tech leading 21-16 here in the third. Emmy Green back to serve. Green floats that one in. Boy, nice job that time up at the net for Dickinson State. Getting up and getting that under control is Kogelshak. She leaves it for her hitter and just hammered it. Back to serve, Fernandez. Fernandez floats that one across. Set up on the tape, and that's going to be point Dickinson State as Montana Tech gets into the net. And we're going to get a timeout. Montana Tech by 3. As we are here in the third set, Montana Tech leading 21-18. Dickinson State starting to grab a little momentum here in this third set. Frontier Conference action, good crowd on hand here in Butte, Montana. And as always, thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision. Montana Tech goes on the road for the next 2 weeks. They'll go on the significant road, if you will. They'll go to Bellevue and Dakota State next weekend. Friday, they'll be at Bellevue. Saturday, they'll be at Dakota State. Then on the 25th and 27th, 25th is a Thursday, they'll be at Carroll College. And then on the 27th, they'll be in Billings to take on Rocky Mountain College. And they'll be back home on October 3rd. Dickinson State's hitting percentage at 139 this set, trailing by 3. Fernandez, that one dies as it crumbs across the net. Kennedy Wilmore into the block. Great block here on the near side. Once again, boy, Kogelschak and Pallone really doing a nice job at the net for Dickinson State. As they get the block set, and they get the point out of it. Fernandez, high and deep, tips back, big swing, kept alive. Nice dig by Dickinson, and they'll be forced to scramble it across. Near side, and Madison Beery hammers it. And that one, boy, that's great anticipation, great vision as Kogelschak throws it to the back line. Point Dickinson State. Tech by 1. They were up by 6 at one point. And Fernandez up tight. Big swing by Wilmore. Kept alive. Dickinson State able to get it across. Great scramble. Continue to show hustle here to the outside. Emmy Green with the dig. Leighton, Wilmore, points. That was a fantastic point on both sides of the net. 22-20, Montana Tech with the lead. And back to serve here is Reinertsen. So Reinertsen with the serve for the dig. Southpaw gets her across. Over the top of the block. Bump set from the 10-foot line. Battling. That one is going to go long. Was there a touch? No touch. Montana Tech with the point. Dickinson calling for touch that time. Not arguing too much, honestly. Tech leading 23-20. And that is going to be an ace for the Orediggers. Reinertsen will get the ace. Set point, Montana Tech. Ace number 5 on the day for the Orediggers. Reinertsen. That one comes in hot. Good bump set to the outside. A lot of heat kept alive. Wilmore. Dickinson. Back here near side, Wilmore. And that one's going to hit the ground. Montana Tech with the point. Kennedy Wilmore will get the kill. The Digs will win the third, 25-20. We'll go to the fourth set. Montana Tech leading 2-1 as we're here on Digger Vision. We're back here to Valley Bank Arena, ladies and gentlemen, right after this.
In 2023, East Middle School became the very first school in Montana to earn the prestigious National Banner Unified Champion School designation, and was even named to the ESPN Honor Roll for its commitment to inclusion. With growing unified sports programs in basketball and track, East Middle School fosters friendship, leadership, and teamwork for all students. Just this spring, West Elementary School made history as the first elementary school in Montana to achieve this same honor. West Elementary unveiled its banner in May of 2025, showing the state what a welcoming, inclusive school community truly looks like. Unified Champion Schools are recognized nationwide by Special Olympics for meeting the highest standards of social inclusion, youth leadership, and whole school engagement. These schools prove that sports and school are better when everyone belongs.
1, 2, 3.
Frontier Conference Volleyball here on Digger Vision as we'll go to the fourth set. For the Orediggers of Montana Tech, they are hitting 260 for the match. They hit 184 in that third set that they picked up the win. Dickinson State hitting 247 for the match. They hit 098 in that third set. But again, tremendous volleyball here. That was a great point. Dickinson hit .098, as I mentioned. They had 12 kills on 41 attacks, 2 total blocks in that third set. Montana Tech hit 184, 12 kills on 38 swings. They had 5 errors, 2 aces, and 2 total blocks for Montana Tech in that third set. So as the teams get ready for set number 4, again, it has been a busy week here for the volleyball team. Had a 3-set win over Western on Wednesday. 3-set win over Bismarck State last night. And they'll look to keep the wins rolling here as they lead 2-1 over Dickinson State. So back to serve Brooklyn Hayes. We'll see if it holds true. Anybody who has won the first point here so far has won the set. And that one floats in, awful close to the tape, pumped up and killed right there by Pallone. Tremendous job again by Kogelschak. She just popped that into the air right in front, and Pallone just hammers it. Pallone 9 kills on 16 swings here today in the middle. Blue Hawks leading 1-0. Fernandez. Off the tape. Good dig, nice set. And that one will go out. So Montana Tech gets the kill in the middle. As Oman will get the kill and then check out. 1-1 our score. Back line with the serve, Emmy Green. Nice set. Off the block. Montana Tech with a look. Near side. Good anticipation and dig. And that one is going to go out. Point Montana Tech. Really tried to aim that one. 2-1, Montana Tech by 1. Green with the serve. Emmy Green, 2 players collide, but still able to keep it together here. Layton, boy, big hit and well defended by Dickinson State. Up over the top, Green with a nice dig. Back set, into the block and out, point Montana Tech. Boy, this has just been a fantastic match here. Montana Tech, Dickinson State, the digs leading 3-1. As of right now, Kennedy Wilmore with 11 kills out in front of everybody. And the service error will go to the Blue Hawks. Diggs leading 3-2. And Blue Hawks serve across. Set, Wilmore, and that will fall inside the block. Point Montana Tech. Big swing by Kennedy Wilmore. The Diggs leading 4-2. Back to serve is Reinertsen. So Reinertsen, jump serve deep, and it will go long. So the service error, I should say, for Montana Tech. That is service error number 10 on the day for the Diggs. And they lead by 1. Set to the middle, Beery, big swing and a kill for Beery. Madison Beery, kill number 4. She's hitting .444 in the center of the floor. Montana Tech by 2. Back in, Talon Dodson. Back to serve is Austin Long. Long. Gets that one in. Boy, get underneath it, and Dickinson able to scramble and keep it alive. A free one to the outside. Dodson into the block. Tech keeps it up. Near side swing. It's up tight to the nets, and great anticipation again. And that one will fall in for the Blue Hawks, as I believe Kogelschak got the hands on it. This front line for Dickinson has had a really nice day. Good set, pass, and kill as that one. Talon Dodson hammers another one. Kill number 8 on the day for Dodson. Back into the middle, Kennedy Yeoman. Beery will check out. Tech by 2. Also in is Sydney Streitz. So Streitz, the redshirt freshman. Gosh, I believe Streitz had 5 kills yesterday. Or 5 aces, excuse me, I should say. Long set. Montana Tech will get a good look here in the middle. Omen. That is going to go down. Point Montana Tech. Diggs with some good momentum here. Streitz will continue to serve. So Sid Streitz takes a deep breath. Tech leading 7-4. Diggs hitting 600 here in the opening points of this 4th set. Scrambling to get it. Dickinson will get it across. Montana Tech, back set. Swing long, no touch. No, they will be touch. Montana Tech, point. So that goes off of the block, and a kill will go for Sophie Madsen. Madsen, kill number 3 on the day. Streitz continuing to serve here for Montana Tech. Diggs on a nice little run here. Streitz approaches, hammers that one in. Long set into the block. Boy, that's a nice swing by Albrecht. And Albrecht will get the point for Dickinson State. Three-point advantage for the Diggs. Nice pass set. Dodson. Not much there. Dickinson with the bump set here on the near side. Big swing and no touch. Point Montana Tech. Big swing that time by Allison. I'll tell you, Allison gets up there. She has some springs. And Kennedy Wilmore ready to serve one more time here for the Diggs. Tech leading 9-5. Kennedy Wilmore. Hello. How about Reese Layton? Hello. Swing on the right side. And the kill for Albrecht. Diggs by 3. I need a little more coffee, I think. Tech leads by 3 here in this 4th set. Near side, big swing, kept alive. Dickinson continues to hustle. That one's going to be blocked down and in. Nice job on the interior that time by Oman and also Talon Dodson. And the Digs lead by 4. This is a fun match. Both teams well coached, playing well as teams. Bump set up near side into the block. It's going to go out of play. Point will go to Dickinson State. 3-point advantage for the Digs. Fernandez will continue to serve. She leads everybody on the floor with 15 digs so far in this match. That one to the back line. Emmy Green. Pass set. Dickinson will get a good look here to the middle. Off the tape. And that one tipped in again. Great anticipation in the middle. As Pallone in the center there gets the kill. She has 10 kills on the day. That is the high water mark for Dickinson State right now. Diggs leading 10-8 in the 4th. Wilmore. Layton. That one kept alive. Bump set. Out to Wilmore. Up straight in the air. Dickinson State's will just get it across. Montana Tech with a look. Wilmore back corner and gets it in. Good placement by Kennedy Wilmore. 13 kills for Kennedy. Montana Tech leading 11-8. And Emmy Green will serve for the Digs. And that one's going to go long. 11 service errors in the match for Montana Tech. And with the serve will be Allison. Aubrey Allison floats that one in, and she's going to get the kill. Aubrey Allison will get the ace. That is ace number 5 on the day for the Blue Hawks, and Allison's second. The lead is 1. That one will sail long. Tech leading 12-10. Substitutions coming in here for Montana Tech. As Reinertson will serve here for the Digs. And also back in up front to Sophie Madsen. Set to the outside, kept alive. Great dig that time by Hayes. Montana Tech forced to just get it across. Dickinson with a free one. On the slide, that one will find home. Pallone with a kill. Boy, she's had a nice day. Kill number 11. She's hitting .364 in the match. Doing a good job up front in the middle, and also we've seen her on that slide several times. Service is away. Hayes, the pass. Kennedy Wilmore unable to get much on it. In the center as Kogelschak goes up, hammers it down. Kogelschak has 9 kills as a setter. Tied up 12 all. Middle set, Beery gets the kill. Madison Beery, her 5th kill of the day. Again, that short set. Montana Tech leading 13-12. Frontier Conference volleyball here. Diggs had a nice little run to get it started. The Blue Hawks reeled them in. And we'll see how this continues through the 4th. Austin Long. Nice pass set. And a big finish that time, as getting the kill is Oace. Tied up 13 all. Kogelschak back to serve, the junior out of Hardin. Nice pass and set. Big, big swing out on that left side. Talon Dodson hammers it. Dodson has 10 kills in the match. Montana Tech by 1. And back to serve again is Sydney Streitz. So Sid Streitz try and stretch this lead back out. A redshirt freshman. Streitz floats that one in. Set from the knee into the block. Point Montana Tech. Great block on that left side. On the interior was Oman. On the outside was Talon Dodson. And the Digs go up by 2. They grab some momentum as well. Streitz back to serve. Sydney approaches. Jump serve is away. Handled nicely. Good set to the outside and misjudged that time as Albrecht started to make her move and just unable to make contact. Montana Tech by 3. Streitz. Serve is away. Short set. Big hit in the center that time again as Oase will get the kill. The Digs by 2. Dickinson States as Bettis back to serve. Abigail Bettis, a sophomore from Shepherd, Montana. Floats that one in. Good pass and set. Hard hit by Dodson, well defended. Montana Tech will come this way. Blocked. Contact, point Montana Tech. Big break that time for the Digs. And substitutions in. As the Digs, Reese Layton is back in to serve. Montana Tech leading by 3. Reese from the back line. Good set here on the near side. Big swing and a big finish by Aubrey Allison. Boy, Aubrey Allison has some significant hops. Allison gets the kill. She has 8 so far on the day. Montana Tech, big swing into the block, point Orediggers as Peyton Treadwell takes the cut. Montana Tech leading 18-15 here in the 4th. Hawks reeled in the Orediggers once this set. Montana Tech was up by 4. And they will need to do so again here in pretty short order. Good pass, nice back set. Big hit from that right side, and with the kill, that is going to be Albrecht. So a 2-point advantage for Montana Tech. And the Digs set to the outside. Kennedy Wilmore is able to get it inside the block. It falls for the points. Kennedy Wilmore, 14 kills. She's hitting .270 on the night. Montana Tech has a .520 hitting percentage here in the 4th. Dickinson State at .292. Green, that one will go into the net with a service error. Montana Tech, 12 errors here on the service side of things in this match. And Dickinson a chance to gain some ground here, trailing by 2. One floats in, back set, big swing, nice block. Tech trying to get to it, and they are unable to in time. Blue Hawks trim the lead to 1. Tech leading 19-18 here in the 4th. Set it across. Kennedy Wilmore with the power. That one's going to fall in for a point. Kill number 15 for Kennedy Wilmore. And Montana Tech goes back up by 2. So Ellie Reinertson will serve. Tech with 4 aces, 12 service errors in this ball game. Tipped up in the air, able to get a piece of that one. And it's going to fall for a point. Some miscommunication there. And really, it's a really good show of how well coached both these teams are and how good both teams are. That's really the first kind of miscommunication, even confusion, if you will, a little bit on Dickinson State there as that one falls to the ground. Everybody kind of looking at one another. So Montana Tech leading by 3, 21-18 here in the fourth. Just been a outstanding match here on a Saturday night. Again, the Digs on the road this next week. They'll head off to Bellevue. It'll be a couple weeks before we'll get them home. So out of the timeout, Montana Tech leading by 3. Again, Montana Tech hitting .519 here in the fourth. They're at .317 as a team so far in this entire match. So the Digs will break the huddle, and out we go. Reinertsen. Reinertsen will serve. Freshman southpaw gets it across, back set. And that one will fall in for the points. Good adjustment that time as Allison is able to tip that one in. A 2-point advantage for Montana Tech. J.C. Cleveland is back to serve. Cleveland gets it across nicely. Short set, good block. Back up toward the tape. It's going to fall in. Point Montana Tech. Or excuse me, rather the other way. Dickinson State will get the point. My apologies. The Digs lead by 1. Digs leading 21-20. And we will get a timeout here in this fourth set. Dickinson State grabbing some momentum here. Pallone has 12 kills. Kogelshak has 9 and 36 assists for Dickinson State. She's having an outstanding match. Also, Allison with 8 kills for Dickinson State. On the other side, Montana Tech led by Kennedy Wilmore with 15. Dodson and Treadwell each have 9. The only real kind of discrepancy here in this fourth is Montana Tech has 1 error. Dickinson State with 5 in this set. But still, the lead is only 1. Montana Tech leading 21-20. Dickinson hitting .308 in the fourth. Tech hitting .464. An outstanding match here in the Mining City. Tech to the outside. Kennedy Wilmore dug out nicely. Set here to the left. Over the top. It's going to go out long, and Green, great anticipation. She went up, was able to bring it back in. And Montana Tech leads by 2, 22-20. The Orediggers up over the Blue Hawks. Back to serve, Austin Long. Long on the day, 1 ace. Floats that one in. Dickinson able to keep it alive and almost get a point out of it. Tech will throw it across. Dickinson now with a free one. Bump set here to the near side, into the block. Battling at the tape. Set across to Dodson. No. Dodson throws it up. She'll take another swing. Kept alive. Montana Tech to the back line. Dickinson State with a chance. Off the block, kept alive. And they're going to say a lift, so point Dickinson State. Tech leads by 1. A phenomenal set here between these two. Kogelshak back to serve. Tech should get a good look here. Dodson is going to get the kill. 23-21, Montana Tech leads by 2. Just an outstanding match here between these two. And it looks like Dickinson State will call a timeout. Diggs leading 23-21. Frontier Conference Volleyball here on a Saturday night. Again, thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision. Montana Tech will go on the road next weekend. On Friday, they'll be at Bellevue. On Saturday, they'll be at Dakota State. The following weekend, they'll be at Carroll on Thursday, the 25th. Then at Rocky Mountain College on Saturday, September 27th. Next home game, October 3rd, as they'll be home hosting Providence on the 3rd, Northern on the 4th. This Frontier Conference has grown in its footprint, and thus far it has been worthwhile. And the one thing, like kind of being on the outside and being part of conversations and around for chats between ADs and coaches, things like that, the one thing I want to give hats off to everybody in this Frontier Conference, the new look Frontier Conference, is their willingness to adjust or change, if there's dates or times or things that need to be changed for bus rides or class schedules. Boy, everybody has been really willing to, and that makes the growing pains that much easier. Huge block in the middle as Kennedy Ullman puts that one down. Montana Tech looking at match point. So Sydney Streit's a chance to serve this one into the record books. She had aces on 2 sets last night. We'll see if she can do it on match point here, and that one's going to go into the net. 24-22. Blue Hawks will get the serve back here. And with the honor will be Bettis. Abigail Bettis, sophomore out of Shepherd, controlling the serve. Floats that one in. Handled nicely. Middle set. Big swing. Nice dig. That one's going to fall. Point and match Montana Tech. The Digs will get the win. 3-1 over the Blue Hawks out of Dickinson State. And a great homestand by Montana Tech, as they will get a sweep of Western on Wednesday, a sweep of Bismarck State last night, and a 3-1 victory over Dickinson State here this evening. 25-22 in the final. Montana Tech will get a huge win. And again, they'll go on the road after getting some wins here. Let's run you through the final numbers, as Montana Tech will get the win here. They hit 308 as a team. They're led by Kennedy Wilmore, 15 kills on 39 attacks for Wilmore. She hit 282 here tonight. Treadwell gets 9 kills. Dodson with 10 kills. Talon Dodson, 10 kills on 28 attacks. Treadwell, 9 kills on 18 attacks. Oman gets 5, Clark with 5, and Beery with 5 as well for the Orediggers. They'll end the night with 6 total blocks, and they are led in that department. Solo blocks, Oman had 2. Dodson had 2 block assists. So the other side for Dickinson State, they're led by Pallone with 12 kills on 23 swings. Let's see here. Floy had 6 kills. Kogelschak with 9, Albrecht with 8, and Allison also with 8 for Dickinson State. They'll finish the match hitting 242 as a team, 5 aces and 5 total blocks for Dickinson State. So the Orediggers, well, they will stay, out of the loss column. They're perfect in Frontier Conference play, and a big weekend here at home as the Digs take down Dickinson State here tonight, 3-1. Thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision, ladies and gentlemen, and until next time, take care.